Hey guys, welcome back. I'm really excited for today's video. It's going to be the if my makeup collection disappeared, what would be the first 10 products that I would repurchase? I think this is a whole lot of fun. It's been around for a while and I know I've done this video before, but I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago. I don't even remember. But I think it's a whole lot of fun. So this is kind of like the basics, what I would start with if everything was gone. And I picked stuff to be able to do a full face of makeup, and then, I would expand from here. So let us know what you would pick. I think this is a really, really fun tag. And yeah, if you are new to my channel, please subscribe. I like to do a combo of new and old makeup, and I do upload 4 videos a week. So stay tuned for more, and let's get started. Okay, let's start out with the very basic products that I would absolutely need. Number 1 is eyeshadow primer. My eyelids are oily and I have some creases. I can't even wear, even if I'm just gonna put bronzer on my lid, I have to have on eye primer. So for me, that is essential. Right now, the only eye primer I even have is the MAC Painterly Paint Pot, which I absolutely love. The other eye primer I really love is the Milani one. That one is more of a clear product. So I actually think I would want to purchase this because this is opaque. So I could even just wear this on its own and set it with a little bit of powder. And I sometimes do that when I'm in a hurry and I don't really need a whole lot of eyeshadow, or I could just use this, put a little bronzer, whatever in the crease. So this is a really good product because it could be a standalone as well. 2 other absolute basics, brows. Yeah, I hate filling in my brows, but I need a tinted brow mascara, and I've been loving this one from NYX. It's called the Thick It Stick It Brow Mascara. I have the shade Espresso. I really like this. It's just I brush it through my brows and then my brows are good to go, or at least good enough for me. I hate spending a lot of time on my brows, so whatever. I like that product a lot though. And then mascara. I have to have mascara. I wear it every day. So L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black, been repurchasing this for many, many years. It doesn't flake or smudge, so that's what I would go with. All right, now let's talk about more of the face makeup. I feel like a lot of people might skip over face primer, but I can't even even if I just want to wear a little bit of concealer, I have to have on face primer because otherwise nothing lasts on my face. And I have lines on my forehead and smile lines. So I need a pore filling primer. Honestly, I could purchase any pore filling primer. There's a lot I enjoy. I just picked this one because this is what I've been using lately and I really like it. It's from Fourth Ray Beauty. It's the Pore Perfect Primer, but there's a lot of pore filling primers I like. This one is really good though, and it's something I would definitely need. Now, I was debating, I can only pick 10 products. So would I buy foundation? Would I buy concealer? I ended up going with concealer and not picking a foundation because I feel like I can just use some concealer all over my face to get some coverage and on the under eye. But I have tried wearing foundation on my under eyes and it creases in my lines terribly. It just doesn't work. So I feel like I can get more versatility out of a concealer than I can a foundation. And I have been loving the Kosas Revealer Concealer. I have the shade 04N. It is beautiful. It is creamy. It's fantastic. It's like a good medium coverage, but it's not too heavy that I couldn't wear it all over the face because in this scenario, I would not have any foundation and I'd still want to be able to do a full face of makeup. So definitely would go with the Kosas because it works on the face and on the under eyes and it's great. So I personally have to have face powder. I can't wear makeup if unless I'm gonna have on some face powder. I have to set my under eyes, otherwise my concealer creases. And the rest of my face, I have pretty normal skin, but I do like to set it lightly. And this powder is amazing. e.l.f. Halo Glow. This is something you guys recommended to me, and you were right. It's so good. I have the shade Light, and this is what I'm wearing today. I have it to set my under eyes and my concealer. And it has a slight yellow tint to it, which works for my skin tone. and it doesn't leave a white cast. So this works on the under eye and on my face. Not all powders do. There's a lot of powders I like for setting my face, but they don't work for setting my under eyes. So I would go with this. I was thinking bronzer, highlighter, blush. Only can be picking 10 here, and I actually decided I would not pick a blush. I know, I love blush. Blush is one of my favorite parts of makeup, but I decided that I would skip that initially because I can use bronzer instead of blush. So I picked this bronzer from e.l.f. It is Forever Sun-Kissed, so I could use this all over my face. I could use it in place of blush as well. I like a good warm tone blush anyway. I really enjoy this bronzer. It blends out easily. It's very, very good. And also on days that I'm in a hurry, I could just put some of this on top of the MAC Painterly paint pot and wear it as eyeshadow as well. So it's pretty versatile. I think I could get more use out of a bronzer than a blush. Now, eventually I'd want to repurchase some blush, but initially it's not on the list. So this bronzer is very good from e.l.f. I really do enjoy it. So for highlighter, I did end up picking Essence Pure Nude because this is a subtle highlighter. So this I can wear as a regular highlighter, but also I use this as finishing powder. So today I have this on as finishing powder and a different highlighter. But in a scenario when these are like the only 10 items I would have, this would work very well because I could use it as highlighter or finishing powder. And honestly, I could put some like all over the lid and then put the bronzer in the crease, and I could even have a neutral eye look out of this. So if I didn't have a lot of products, I would totally do that. I've often, like traveling, have used my highlighter and my bronzer as eyeshadow. I just don't do that at home because I have so much makeup and so many palettes that's like, why would I do that? But in a scenario when I had limited products, I would do that. It would work very well. So speaking of eyeshadow, I would want to buy an eyeshadow palette. For me, like, okay, sure, I could go a week with just using the bronzer and the highlighter, but I'd want some eyeshadow. And I have a lot of palettes, guys. I posted my makeup inventory in the last few weeks. I have well over 100 palettes. I was like, what do I pick? I don't know. Personally, if this really happened where I had absolutely zero makeup, I would want to go for a high-end palette, and I decided I'd go with Natasha Denona, and I decided I would go with the retro, at least to start. I really love this palette, pink tones, mauves. You get these two like almost green type shades. Now, it's not the most variety for a palette, I admit, but buying like a rainbow palette also wouldn't be that useful for me for like every day. So this would be a good starting out palette because you can do some light neutral looks, but you can really smoke it out with like this shade and this shade, and you can do some pretty dramatic looks with this palette. And I love the formula, and I really think I would want to have one of my favorite brands to start out with if this was the only palette I was starting with. And then, so that leaves us with only one product left out of the 10. And I would want to pick a lip product, and I would go for a gloss. I'm much more of a gloss person than anything else. I like lipstick, I like lip liner, but when I wear those, I usually put a gloss on top anyway. So just starting with a gloss would be the way to go for me. This is the ColourPop Luxe Gloss in the shade That Sting, which is like a reddish brown. And so this you could sheer out and just wear a light amount, or you could build it up a little bit and get more pigment out of it. So that's why I really like this gloss. It's a really pretty reddish brown color, and it can be worn a bit sheer or a bit more pigmented. And I really like this formula. The Luxe glosses are great. So yeah, that would be my 10 items. So I've got brow mascara, regular mascara, powder, primer, concealer, paint pot, bronzer, lip gloss, highlighter, and an eyeshadow palette. Pretty good. I'd be set for a while. Eventually I'd want to buy more makeup, but this, I could do like easy neutral looks with this. I could do something more dramatic. I'd be good to go for a while, honestly. So yeah, that is it for this video. Let us know what would be the first 10 products you would repurchase if you needed to. That is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.